This is a tutorial on how to create a new lead. So this is the first page that you will see once you log into Iris. And here on the top left-hand corner is your menu. So you'll go ahead and open your menu and press create. And just press create lead. Okay, so this is the screen you will see once you're going to begin creating your new lead. My biggest recommendation is to just go ahead and the first thing you need to do is put the DBA name. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to put test user 2023 and press create lead. Once we get that done, you should see your application number generated and you can start filling out the application. All of this is very self-explanatory. You just pretty much go down the line or down the rows and just make sure that you fill out every section as best as you can. In this case, you would start here with the legal name. So we're just going to do test user LLC, business start date, EIN number, the processor. It's very important that you select the correct processor because otherwise our underwriters can pend it if the application does not match the processing bank you selected. This also plays a role when we check the equipment tab and you are placing an order for, let's for example say that you actually selected Elevon here. Let's assume you selected Elevon here, but you're ordering, I don't know, a point. You have a point here in the equipment section, but the application you've uploaded is for a processing bank that cannot do points. So then that lets me know that you do want a point, but the application you've signed does not match this Elevon one that you've selected. So those are the reasons we can pen these items. So let's make sure that you do speak with our sales team on one, the processing banks that can accept specific equipment, and two, that the application you've uploaded matches the processor that you've selected here. That is very important. Okay, so in this case, moving forward, we're just gonna go ahead and select for Elevon. Business type, we're just gonna do retail. If it's retail with some card not present transactions, you can still keep it as retail. Entity type, LLC, and you're just gonna go ahead and do your contact information. This is pretty self-explanatory here. So you're just gonna go down the line and select everything you can. Obviously for some retail businesses, there will be no URL. That is completely fine. Impala Drive, okay. Now, if the legal address and mailing are the same as your DBA, you can go ahead and keep it, you can go ahead and leave it blank. If it is different, you do need to fill these out and then just click save. Onto our next tab, the financial info. Actually, I'm going to skip this for just a moment here. I want to go back and forth with this and the ACH a little bit. Is it ACH? Yes, the ACH. So for now, we're going to fill out the owner information. And this is just going to be very simple. Test user. Our ownership percentage is very important, and that's definitely something that we need to fill out properly in order for us to know how much this person owns. A lot of our partners do leave it blank, and it is very important for us to know the ownership. Sometimes we can pend it. Sometimes we know if you provide articles and it says 100% owner, then we can just fill it in for you. But we do highly recommend that this is filled out prior to us obtaining the lead and the deal in general. Okay, mobile phone number, social security number. You always want to make sure that there's no typos in the social security number. Okay, save lead. For pricing, we're gonna do this very, very simply. So for pricing, we do have templates here for dual pricing. I will not get into those specifically, but you can go ahead and reach out to our sales team and they can guide you on how to price accordingly. For this video, I'm going to just select tiered, which is a very standard pricing. And here on our discount collected, we do have daily and monthly. In this case, I'm going to just do daily. And on tiered, under our tiered section, we're just going to go ahead and put our rates. Again, this is just for test. Okay. And then here are your transaction fees and service fees. Again, in regards to this, just make sure that you speak with our sales team in regards to the pricing on what can be raised, what can be removed, what can be lowered, anything of that nature. Just make sure you run it by our sales team. Otherwise, we may be able to pend it if it turns out that we cannot do, I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud, a service statement fee of $5 for a specific bank. So just make sure that you do know your fees prior to us obtaining the application and us submitting it to underwriting. Okay, so under the equipment tab, you're going to want to go ahead and select the terminal. So in this case, we just did Elavon, I believe. So Elavon's most common terminal that we use is the Point. So you're just going to go ahead and select Point. And the quantity, you want 1 point C. And the pricing, if it's on the free program, then you can just put 0 and make a note under the notes section. We also have here, like where it says other terminal, just you can also put 3-point device or any notes that you will need to make. If we are reprogramming existing terminals, if you scroll a little bit to the bottom here, you should be able to see serial number 1, 2, and 3. And this is where you would just let us know that we are reprogramming existing terminals, and that is where you would be putting your information. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and select Save Lead. So in regards to the financial info and ACH, so a lot of the ACH information, this is just for ACH customers. You would still need to fill out a portion of the financial info. So once you have the bank name, I don't have a Wells Fargo account, but assuming it's a Wells Fargo, you can type it there, or you can put the routing number. So I'm just going to do a random one that we have here. And when I click it, it'll pre-fill in the bank name. And I can just do, the account number. So for credit card swiped, even if there's some, like for example, for a restaurant, even if there are some cards that are going to be ran as card not present, you can still do 100% swipe. This mostly pertains to businesses such as construction companies, even restaurants. Sometimes customers give the merchant a card over the phone and they run a percentage. So that is very common, but it's still considered a retail account. So we want to go ahead and put 100 in this case, just because we're also doing a test lead. Product and services sold, we're going to do restaurant. Average ticket, we're going to want to go ahead and do 50. High ticket, just make sure you put a healthy high ticket volume per merchant account, because sometimes the bank can go back and say, hey, your high ticket amount was $2,500 and I see you ran a $5,000 transaction, and they may start to question these kinds of items. So just make sure you do have the correct high ticket amount per transaction per merchant account. Gross annual sales, I'm just going to do a standard 600,000, which comes out to 50,000 a month. Now, just for this test lead here, so you do not have to fill out the annual Visa, MasterCard, and Amex. You can definitely just fill out the monthly. In this case, I'm just going to do 45,000, and we're going to do 5,000 for Amex. And we're going to go ahead and save the lead. Now, for ACH. In regards to ACH, you do need to put the monthly volume and the fees and rates in this section here. So this is where you would actually put that information. Again, it's very self-explanatory, and it is important that you reach out to our sales team in regards to any pricing and equipment. You can also put it in the notes section here if you do have any questions or concerns. Okay, so now in regards to the e-sign, so this is how you create a lead. Now, if you're going to go ahead and do the e-sign section, you can go ahead and select e-sign, and we're just going to click Elavon. and you're going to generate that document. So a lead will always remain a lead until you submit it. That is going to be in a second video, but I do think that it's important that we have all the paperwork in one spot within the lead so that when it does get sent to underwriting, you already have your application signed and you do have your uploaded documents. So in this case, we're just going to do test@coastalpay.com. So this is the link that the merchant will get and will click on to e-sign the application. And then you're just going to go ahead and click send email, and boom, it went ahead and sent. So the merchant will go ahead and sign this application and you will be notified. You can either upload your documents prior to the application being signed, or you can go ahead and upload them after the application is signed. So here, if you scroll down, you'll see the documents section. And with the upload new files button, you can just press that and upload your files. The most important documents, of course, void check and driver's license for every single account. It is very important that we do have those two documents. And of course, depending on the business type you are submitting, we may have other requests per the checklist that we provide to you depending on the bank. So again, this is how we create a lead, how we upload documents, and how we fill out the e-sign section. If you have any questions, you can let us know. Thank you.